Hello and welcome to this lecture on the repo market. I hope you're doing well from wherever it is you're joining us. In this class, we will discuss the market for repurchase agreements. We will introduce what a repurchase agreement is. These are called repos. The repo market is a key overnight lending market. Our goal is to understand how this market works. Let's get started. Before I define a repo, I want to describe the size of the market. I've already said this is a key market for overnight borrowing and lending. Let's see some data on the size of this market for the US economy. By size, I mean total dollar borrowing. The repo market started to gain traction in the early 1980s. The growth of this market accelerated through the 2000s. Here are some data showing the size of the repo market in the recent years. By the end of 2020, more than $4 trillion worth of repo loans were outstanding. That's 4 trillion with a T. Why is this repo market so popular? The repo market is the largest cash market. All types of financial institutions can participate in this market. This is the main difference to another important overnight funding market, the federal funds market. The federal funds market can only be accessed by banks. Money market mutual funds are one of the largest lenders in the repo market. Instead of buying and holding long-term assets, money market mutual funds purchase short-term repos. At the end of 2019, they held about 1 trillion of outstanding repos. Let's discuss how the repo market works. Remember, this is a cash market. A borrower will approach a lender and borrow cash overnight. In the repo market, this will be a secured transaction. Suppose you need cash today to pay a bill and you have a treasury bond on hand. Assume that you will be cash rich tomorrow, so you have a cash shortfall today. You could sell the treasury bond today, pay your bill, and purchase a new treasury bond tomorrow. However, buying and selling bonds can be costly. Alternatively, you could borrow the cash you need. Let's discuss how to do this using the treasury bond in a repo transaction. In a repo transaction, you sell the treasury bond in exchange for cash and agree to buy it back tomorrow. This is called selling a repo. The repo seller is borrowing from the other party. The other party, the repo buyer, supplies the cash loan. In exchange, the buyer becomes the new owner of the treasury bond for the length of the transaction. In other words, this is a secured transaction. The buyer usually buys the treasury bond back for a slightly higher price. That way, the seller is compensated for the cash loan. What is the key risk to lenders in the repo transaction? The borrower might fail to repurchase the treasury bond tomorrow. In this case, the lender might be stuck with a worthless bond. This is more likely to happen when the value of the collateral falls while the lender is in possession. Let's consider a concrete example of a repo transaction. Suppose you sell a treasury bond worth 200 today with the promise to repurchase it for $200.02 tomorrow. What happens if economic conditions change and the market price drops to $199? You could repurchase at 202 cents as promised, or you could break your promise and simply buy another treasury bond on the open market for $199. What about the lender? They are holding a treasury bond worth $199 but had lent out $200. They are probably going to lose out. To reduce this risk, repo transactions usually have a haircut. the lender applies this haircut to the loan amount. Rather than lending the full amount of the collateral, only a fraction goes out. Indeed, haircuts make most repos essentially risk-free for the lender. In our example, let's say the lender imposes a haircut of 2%. So the borrower only receives 196 for the treasury bond that is worth 200. How does this help? Well, if the market price drops to 199, the borrower will still want to repurchase the bond. So as long as the bond price stays above 196, we are good. What determines the size of the haircut? There are three main factors related to the collateral. The first factor is the credit quality of the collateral. The lower the credit risk, the lower the haircut. The second factor is the market price volatility of the collateral. Lower volatility means a lower haircut. The third factor is the overall market condition. The easier it is to sell the collateral, the lower is the haircut. Many different assets can be used in repo transactions. However, the most common collateral consists of government-backed securities. This includes the treasury bond in our example. Why are treasuries so popular? They have no credit risk, they have stable market prices, they are easy to trade. Thus, they present little risk to repo buyers and the haircuts are low. Repo transactions involving government-backed securities are low risk. In this case, lenders are less picky about the specific type of collateral. Repo transactions that are agreed upon before the collateral is specified are called general collateral repo. Here, general collateral refers to a list of eligible government-backed securities. General collateral repos have the lowest haircuts. They are the most common type of repo transactions. What have we learned in this lesson? First, repos are a form of short-term secured lending. Second, the repo market is an important cash market for all financial institutions and not just banks. Third, haircuts reduce the risk of losses for lenders.